All right, listen, we all know that no matter what, we put as much preparation and care into our training and challenges to make sure everything is safe. But at the end of the day, we're a sport that jumps around and does scary stuff on concrete. And the fact of the matter is, injuries happen. But the good thing is, there's things you can do to help reduce the chance of those injuries. Having 1 foot here and 1 foot here really...
1 foot on each rig right there. Go for that, and then you can share it.
Ooh. I almost felt like I was landing on the edge of a rail and my toes were like going over it. That didn't feel good. Jesus! Oh. Too much. Just want the stick, please. Thank you. Okay, so for the first way to reduce injuries, or reduce the chance of injuries, and I've been saying this for a long time, and if you still aren't doing it, shame on you. Warm up and cool down before your sessions. It's just, you have to do it. Now, with me, I do have a very technical warm up just because of my background in track, but it doesn't have to be something technical. I mean, just look at how Storer warmed up in last week's video.
Had this for a long time.
They're just playing around, like not really thinking about how they're warming up, just moving. That's all you got to do. And then for your cool down, just make sure you work out and roll out and stretch those muscles that are feeling a little tight from the session, because it'll help you night and day the next day when you're gonna be super sore if you don't. And if you haven't seen the video I made detailing a nice dynamic warm-up, it's up here so you can check that out. So we're back at this fun little wall run tack challenge to this rail. And I want to try a different technique, just because with the first technique, like, it's completely blind and you're kind of hoping to get around and then find the rail. So I'm gonna try something that lets me look at the rail the whole time, and maybe it'll help break it, but I don't know, we'll see. I need to make sure I turn my foot. Try and turn the foot as much as I can. Push. Oh, that's so slippery. Playing the card. This is it. If I don't stick it, I'm done. Well, not the prettiest stick, but I'll take it. I had to slam on the brakes so hard. Whatever. Numero dos is implementing some sort of resistance training into your regimen. Again, with my track background, I do a lot of weightlifting, but you don't have to do weightlifting. Like any type of body weight exercises are just as good, but it helps build up that resistance in your muscles. Could you not? Mate, could you not? Oh my God, is there not a fucking ramp to get out of this place? Anyway, where were we? Resistance training, right. Something to build up muscle and build up that strength in your body because, you know, especially if you start doing bigger challenges, you need to be able to control at least your body weight, right? So body weight squats, body weight exercises are just fine. I always recommend doing weightlifting because it just puts you above and beyond, but each person is different. So take with that what you will, add some sort of resistance training to your regimen. I did not want to come up short and bounce it, so that was a nasty over kind of slip, but I still didn't put anything in. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to come up short. Not the cleanest, but progress. Deep hole. All right, so number 3 is building on your weaknesses. And this is something that I think everybody should do because everyone has weaknesses within the sport, and not just weaknesses in the sport, but weaknesses in your body. So within the sport, you know, if you're really bad at specific techniques or movements, start practicing those, start working on those, because if you're ever in a situation where you have a bail and you need to adjust and do that technique, if you practice it, you'll have it in your bag of tricks. If you don't, you could bail bad and end up hurting yourself. Now, the other side of the spectrum, if you have weaknesses within your body, say you have bad shoulders, bad knees, bad ankles, work on those things, because parkour incorporates your entire body. You need everything. So if you have weak shoulders or something, work on them. And then based off of injuries too. So in the fall, I had a few injuries. I ended up spraining both of my wrists, which actually, in my opinion, was probably my worst injury of last year. And the wrists are pretty much back to normal now, but that's because I implemented wrist strengthening in all of my daily exercises. So the biggest thing I added is at the end of each lifting workout, I do like 2 to 3 minutes of bear crawls to build up my wrists, build up my forearms, and just have nice strength in those areas. So if I ever do bail again, I'm a little bit more comfortable. Obviously from certain heights, bailing to your wrists is not good, but I'd be better off now than I was back then because I've actually took the time to strengthen them up. Same thing with my shoulder. Dislocated my shoulder in the fall. Prior to that, actually, my shoulders were really strong, and then that happened and it kind of reset me, so I had to start building up the shoulders again. But I started doing different exercises to build up the shoulders, more dynamic stuff, things on the ground, just working in different positions with the bear crawls, and it helps a lot. So build on your weaknesses, figure out what you're not good at or what is weak within your body, and build that up. Welcome to the roof. Originally I was looking at running along this, praying to here, but that's really thin and I don't think enough runoff. But there is this from up here to here, which is definitely doable. I've done a couple bigger prees today. I don't know if I want to keep busting my legs right now. They feel okay, so I mean, all depends. Next is just listening to your body. A lot of times in, group situations, people can get amped up and hyped up to do challenges or train, longer than they really want to. But at the end of the day, you have to listen to your body because that's the only thing that really matters. Don't do stuff just to try and impress people. If you're having little niggles or aches and pains and you're just like not wanting to push it in that day's training, listen to your body, go home, take care of it, and it'll be much better in the long run, I promise. You've all seen it with me in a couple videos towards the end of training. Either my knee or ankles just aren't feeling the greatest, so I call it, I go home, I ice, I stretch, roll out, and then the next day it feels a lot better. So listen to your body, you'll thank me later. What'd you see down there? Anything interesting? Small steps. Oh God, it keeps it. You never know what you're gonna find when you're out training. All right, and last on the list is one that I actually need to work on a little bit more too, and that is your diet. At the end of the day, what you put into your body is what you're gonna get out. If you're not eating healthy, especially as you get into your mid to late 20s like I am, like you wanna make sure you're fueling your body properly, especially when you're out training. My diet isn't the worst. Like, I have a good breakfast every day. I have protein shakes after lifting, good dinners. Usually in the afternoon is where I kind of lack. I don't have big lunches or anything, but it's not the worst in the world. It could be way worse. So that's it. Take these 5 things, implement them into your daily routine and when you go out training, and hopefully it'll help reduce your chance of injury. Obviously, things happen sometimes and injuries can be unavoidable, but these at least will give you a fighting chance to not have those injuries and walk away healthy and being able to train consistently without needing to take breaks because of those injuries. So we're gonna get out of here. We did a little trip here around Scottsdale, just looking for some challenges, short, simple, and sweet. And that's it. Hope you guys have a good week, have a good weekend, get out there, get some training in. See you in the next video.